Today on Karamo, when reality shows impact real life.
She's like, I've got to post this, I've got to post that. And I'm just like,
can this couple get their relationship back on track?
I'm living this every single day. Like,
I see it, and I'm living it every single day,
listen.
too.
Then, why won't your family call Rachel by her name? Is their 23-year age gap to blame? We unlocked your phone. Oh, couples in crisis. Today on Karamo.
I'm a little out of breath because what y'all didn't see at home before we started, I was out here twerking with my audience. Welcome, friends, to the show. Listen, everyone, we are no strangers to this situation on my show. Couples post their relationships on TikTok, and every time they post about their relationships, they open themselves up to the opinions of strangers. And my guest Rachel and her boyfriend Alex made a TikTok about how to keep your woman happy and quickly caught the attention of her job and their families. Why? Because Rachel is 48 and Alex is 25 years old. No shade, listen. It ain't just Stella, it's also Rachel getting her groove back, all right? Join me now is Rachel, everyone. Yeah! Good job. Come on. Y'all stopped playing. Y'all didn't know that 48 meant 25, did y'all? How are you doing?
I'm doing great,
First of all, you
thank
see
you.
my reaction, the audience reaction. You have not only such a beautiful inner light, but you have such a beautiful outward, too.
Thank you.
Work.
Thank you.
All right, so tell me quickly, how did you meet your boyfriend, Alex?
Well, it's quite a story. I'm from Texas, and I had just gotten out of a very long marriage, and I just wanted to have some fun.
Yes.
I'm very energetic, I'm very active. It's kind of my personality. And so one of my friends convinced me to get on one of these dating apps that all the, kids are on these days. And so I thought, okay, sure, why not? I had no idea what I was doing. So I got on, and apparently my age range was like all ranges, which I didn't really know how to work it. Does that sound terrible? So Alex had actually DM'd me or sent me a message, and I had waited because I could tell, I didn't see his age, but I could tell he was young. So I said, he looks kind of young, and I'm always young at heart, always have been, and I didn't have anything against dating a younger guy, but he looked really young. So I was like, meh. But, it couldn't hurt. I'll text him. So I messaged him, and he almost immediately messaged back, and we started talking, and it was so easy. We immediately had this banter, and so we had great conversation, and the next day we continued speaking, and about the third day is when the age thing came up.
Because he was 23 at the time.
Yes,
And
and
so
I
were
was
you
46.
hesitant when you found out that he was 23?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I said, I'm 46. And he said, yes, I know. And I said, well, how old are you? And he was like, how old do you think I am and all that stuff. And finally he was like, I'm 23. And I was like, oh, no. That is way too young. But we just kept talking because it was so easy.
Yes.
And within a week, I think, he called me. And instantly when I heard his voice, I was like, oh my.
So when you met him in person, what was it like for you?
Oh my gosh. There was an instant physical attraction.
Of course.
Obviously, he is very hot. And,
As are you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
I try. No, but it was like sparks.
Yeah.
It was like nothing I've ever had, and he will tell you the same.
You were in a relationship that was pretty bad for years.
Yeah.
How long were you together with your ex?
26 years.
26 years. And did it turn into a place where it was not healthy in what ways for you?
Yes, for me, I was just very, very unhappy. I'm really bad at not speaking up for myself. And I just got into a place where I was in deep depression and just sad. And, I knew I had to do something about it.
Sometimes it's easy just to judge the age and judge these things on the outside, but you were coming from a space where you were in a bad relationship, where there was not the communication, where you didn't feel sexy, where you didn't get supported.
Exactly.
And so for you,
you now found something where you can have a little fun with.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So
Yeah.
what happened the first time you all posted your first TikTok?
Well, I was a high school teacher, and Alex had never had or done TikTok or anything like that. But I had before. So
I love that you're convincing the
I
24-year-old
know,
you're on
right?
TikTok.
So we posted this, you know, there was some sexual innuendo on there. Didn't think a thing about it. We were in the gym, and I remember my students were texting me, and they were like, your TikTok is blowing up. And I was like, my TikTok? They've seen me. And so I ran over, and I was like, check the TikTok. And he looked on it, and it was like 300-something thousand views already, and it was climbing, it was going like this fast,
Yeah.
and 200 and something comments from my school students. And I was like, take it down, take it down.
Because the first TikTok did cause issues with you at work.
Yes.
Because my producers told me is that you had to prove that he
That he
wasn't
was not
working on your
a high
student.
school student.
Wow.
Yes.
But this could have been really detrimental to your career, and I bring
my
that
God,
up
yeah.
because people forget like the ramifications of if they would have thought that this is, you know, your student. You
They
could have
did.
immediately been fired, and that could ruin your reputation to go to even another school.
Exactly, yeah.
So I also heard that people confuse you for his mother. And, you know.
That definitely has happened. They've been like, oh, mother and son, I can tell. And we were like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Or things like that. It has happened.
So why are you here today?
All couples have their issues that they go through. Ours are a little different than most sometimes because of our age gap. We want to, you know, debunk this double standard that there is, you know?
So what do your family say about you two being together?
My family have been very accepting.
Do you have children from your past relationship?
I do. I have two children that are not much younger. They're not much younger than Alex is, and so
How
at
old are
the
your kids, if you
beginning,
don't mind me asking?
no, at 19 and 22.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're close to his age.
They're
'cause-
close,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And what does his family say to you?
That is a different story. They won't even say my name. They say
Really?
that woman that you're with, or that your older woman, or that old lady, or something like that that you live with.
And y'all have been together for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So is there trust issues?
That's the second issue that we've had. Yeah, I started questioning. I started figuring out that, and I did accidentally find out because he was on something, talking to someone when I walked in the room, and I made him stop and show me. And that's when I started to see.
Have you brought him here today for me to unlock his phone?
That's part of it, yes.
Okay.
I see that he's sincere. I know that he knows that it's not okay, and he's tried to change. And I try to trust him, but every time that I do, something happens, and I'm like, here, you know,
Here we
I
go
can
again.
only go so far. Like, my heart is on the line, and I need to know that he's really changing, and he's really becoming the man that, you know, he wants to be and that I want him to be.
Well,
So.
I understand that. I can help you with that. Listen, everyone, when we come back, we'll meet Alex and reveal what has been discovered on his phone. So stay with us.
Coming up.
You told my producers that you were a micro cheater. What does
Yes.
that mean?
There were times where I overstepped my boundary. I just made mistakes, and you know, I feel really guilty about it.
So have you stopped micro cheating?
I said, I'm 46. He was like, I'm 23, and it was like sparks.
What does his family say to you?
They won't even say my name.
Have you brought him here today for me to unlock his phone?
That's part of it, yes.
All right, everyone, I have been talking to Rachel, who came to me for advice on how to move forward in her relationship with a younger man named Alex. We heard Rachel's perspective on the relationship, and now I want to hear what Alex has to say. So please, everyone, help me welcome Alex to my show. How you doing, man?
Nice to meet you, man.
Take a seat. How's it going?
Going well. How are you?
Good, I'm good, thank you. So, you two have been dating now for 2 years.
Yes.
Did you know that Rachel was older when you met her?
Yes, I did, but as you can tell, she looks significantly younger than her
Beautiful,
age. So,
yes.
But yes, she's obviously very beautiful, and we connected. We had good chemistry, and I was at a place in my life where I was just open to experiencing something different and trying it out, seeing what happened.
You're young, so this is your first serious relationship.
Yes, it is. You know, I had like,
Yes,
I guess you can
definitely.
call them relationships when I was in high school, early college, but they were definitely much more on the casual side of things. So this is my first time in a committed relationship, for sure.
Got it.
I built a lot of bad habits, like I wanted attention from women to like validate myself. And
Not
I
from
wanted,
just one.
Exactly, and I wanted to,
Many. So.
I wanted to experience that and see what it was like. So I took those bad habits that I had with Rachel, and they kind of segued into our relationship, and that's why we had a lot of our difficulties early on with the trust issues, because there was, she had caught me on dating apps, she had caught me sometimes flirting with other people, and obviously
In front of me.
Yes, so obviously very, disheartening, and I take full accountability for that. That was really wrong of me. She makes me a better man, she's great, I love her. And I just want to be a good man for her. I don't want her to, and I do believe deep down in her heart that she believes that that is what I want, so. And I'm proud of her.
So you moved to Texas to be with her, and you didn't tell your family.
Yes.
Why was that?
Yeah.
So I come from, a very traditional family, and at first I didn't tell them about this because I know my family, and I know that their reaction was not going to be very pretty.
Why won't your family call Rachel by her name?
So I think that, like I've said, my family, they don't love the idea, of course, of our age gap. They think that, they're like, they don't understand that. They're like, why can't you be with someone who's much younger than you? Why can't, someone who you could have like potentially kids with in a family? Things of that nature.
Why don't you demand they call your girl by her name?
That's a good. I think that I felt for a long time that I was caught between a rock and a hard place because my family, I want to respect them, but I also love Rachel, and I am demanding a lot more respect for you and for our relationship. And it's getting to.
Do you feel that's true?
Somewhat.
You told my producers that you were a micro cheater. What does
Yes.
that mean?
So
Microchip.
it's a new. So
Oh,
essentially.
you've heard this before.
Oh yeah. Well, since all of this has happened, I've done my research.
Okay.
So essentially, just disclaimer, in Rachel and I's relationship, there's never been any type of physical cheating. However, there were times where, I overstepped my boundary. I flirted with other girls on dating apps or on Snapchat, especially early on in our relationship. And a lot of it, was an insecurity thing. I wanted that attention and validation. And even though I did love Rachel, I just made mistakes, and I feel really guilty about it, and it was wrong.
Have you stopped micro cheating?
Yes, I have. So I have taken a lot of steps to stop micro cheating. The
Which have
biggest,
been a lot of
big-
steps.
So the biggest things I've done lately is I have deleted my Instagram account and I've deleted my Facebook account. But I understand because that's a boundary that she has, and she's made it very clear to me that those are her boundaries, and I want to respect them.
Yeah.
And that is the main reason why I've taken that, which I think is a drastic step,
Well, and I
deleting
think-
my Facebook
I think
and
those
Instagram.
things wouldn't have been such a big deal for me because I didn't have trust issues. But now, anything that I see, I'm like, the pattern, or oh, here we go again, or so I think that's why those things, I'm telling you, when someone is dishonest with you and betrays your heart like that, it does something to you.
That is the
It
truth.
does.
Well, listen, when we come back, we are going to unlock your phone.
Let's do it.
We're going to unlock your phone. And we're going to reveal the results of the phone search. So stick around, friends. Coming up. Well, listen, you did bring Alex here today because you wanted us to unlock his phone. Is there anything that you feel like we're going to find that could be damaging to this relationship, that could be damaging to you?
Nothing, no, I do not think so.
I said, I'm 46. He was like, I'm 23, and it was like sparks.
You told my producers that you were a micro cheater. What does
Yes.
that mean?
There were times where, I overstepped my boundary.
Have you brought him here today for me to unlock his phone?
That's part of it, yes.
All right, everyone, before the break, we met Rachel and her boyfriend, Alex, and heard about the hate they received from having an age gap in their relationship. Well, listen, you did bring Alex here today because you wanted us to unlock his phone. And so, Alex, before we go into this, is there anything that you feel like we're going to find that could be damaging to this relationship, that could be damaging to you? Anything at all?
No, I do not think so.
Okay, then. And the micro cheating, you said, ended a long time ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just getting context. Well, Alex, we unlocked your phone.
Okay, so you added 2 different women on Snapchat last week.
Yes. So, Rachel and I, something we're doing right now is we're starting a Snapchat spotlight page. Those 2 girls must have been some of the people that friend requested us for our videos, and I had accepted them and just added them onto our account.
Sounds innocent enough. As of February 2022, you still had Hinge downloaded on your phone.
She's aware of that.
Were you aware of that?
So Rachel and I had a little bit of a break during that period, and that's when I had downloaded Hinge, and that's where I...
Yeah, in February.
Yeah, so I don't think we touched on that. We had a little bit of a
We broke
break,
up for a little
and
bit.
that is when I downloaded that app, and then we rekindled shortly thereafter.
Rachel, what do you think of this?
It's surprising to me, but he's been, like, I look at his
I've
phone
showed him
all
these
the time.
type of women that reach out to
We're
me
very
and what
open.
it's like.
I feel like he's taken a lot of steps, and I have seen those girls that send him those, whatever it is, and he doesn't, he's like, yeah, and he'll delete them because random people, because that's kind of the business that we're in. We're trying to do stuff on social media, so they do reach out to him and send him weird things, and that's not his fault. So I feel like he's been pretty open with me, as of late especially. I don't know.
Alex, could you do me a big, big favor?
Yes.
Could you step away so I can talk to your beautiful girlfriend?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm not in your relationship day in and day out, but when I see a strong, beautiful woman like you in front of me, it starts to break my heart immediately. You're accepting bad behaviors as normal and making excuses for his behaviors.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Do you know that? Can you see that?
Oh, I know that they're bad behaviors, yeah. I know they are. I know that they're hurtful.
And listen, I'm not here to tell you to break up or to leave this man or do
Yeah.
any of that. I can't do it. You're a grown woman, you're strong, you're beautiful, but you're not out here looking at other men. You're not out here doing DMs. You're not out here making him have to question who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You're not doing any of these things.
No. But and nobody's perfect. There's not going to be any
Don't make
relationship
any more
that's perfect.
excuses. Don't
Everybody,
do that.
you're going to struggle with anything. It's just you have to choose what it is that
let me
you're
tell you something.
what's worth it
No,
and what's
let me tell you
not.
something, sister, and I promise you this, and I'm saying this with all, listen, when you see me leaning like this, girlfriend, it's because I feel like you're one of my girlfriends and I can just talk to you. But God, honestly, we get to these things where we start saying to ourselves, oh, well, like, you just got to choose what you're going to put up with. It's going to be okay. Well, like, you got to take this bad because you got to take this good. That is a lie. You don't have to accept bad because you feel like that's all that is going to be out there. So can you at least make the commitment to stop making excuses for him? Can you
Yes,
make that commitment?
I can.
Sister, give me a hug. Coming up, do you think there's an addiction to social media?
Yes, every single day.
As far as me being on my phone and me being into social media, that's my job. That's where I make my money. You okay?
God, I'm just letting you finish.
Do you not think he supports your career?
You are the problem. Get off my stage.
Friends, my next guests are no stranger to TV. They were both on a popular reality competition show, but Trevor thinks his wife, Delisa, has taken things too far. She beat her competition by being savvy on social media, but has she been able to return to her normal life? Take a look.
I was a contestant on season 2 of The Circle on Netflix. When you're in The Circle, the most important part is you have to be likable. You have to stay on top in the weekly ranking. I catfished the competition by pretending to be my husband, Trevor, and I won.
Circle message, Trevor, Tony is an adorable name like her father's, ... I definitely want kids one day, just waiting for the right time and waiting for the right guy, ... Eyes emoji, send. Oh, yeah. Ow.
Oh, Chloe's a flirt. Chloe's a big flirt.
Message, Chloe, you never know, it might happen sooner than you think. Wink emoji.
Ah! Trevor!
If I read some guy say something like that, I would be like, damn, daddy, can I?
Trevor! Oh my God. Okay, right. Bloody compose yourself, girl.
Everyone, welcome Trevor to the show. I'm gonna tell you what. No, I screamed because I watched his show. I screamed. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a fan. That's why you got the little scream right there.
I'm a big fan too.
Thank you. So tell me, what's going on with you and Delisa?
My wife, from the minute we met, she's always been attached to her cell phone.
Yes.
You know, but I feel like since her season of the show came out, it's gotten a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know, it's like she doesn't want to put it down. I can't get her to make the time for us as a married couple. You know, we've also got 2 very small, beautiful kids, beautiful, beautiful daughters. There's not a whole lot of time in the day for us.
Before the show, how often did you communicate? Did you talk all the time? Were you guys spending a lot of time?
We do. What we did.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like, you know, we had set up our lives in a way to where we did make more time for us.
Tell everybody what show you were on.
So I was on season 4 of Netflix's show, The Circle.
And your wife was on season 3.
She was on season 2.
Season 2, okay.
Yeah. So she was the winner of season 2, which was fantastic, great for our family, great for giving us a nice little financial boost. After that, like that really catapulted her, which is great. You know, I want those things for her, but it's like at what cost?
But what I think about is interesting is that you said that you prioritize the family. So prioritization of the family and of your wife is something important for you.
Yes.
So do you feel a bit betrayed by the fact that she's not prioritizing you?
I do, but you know, I find it to be now where I think when I complain about these things, she hears me, but I don't think she's listening.
So when did the first time you noticed that she was being distant with you?
I'm gonna say it was probably like a month or 2 after the show. We've been together, like I said, a very long time. It's been 15 years, almost married for 5. And I didn't see us getting to this point, you know? We're like the best of friends, you know? So it's like when I say certain things to her, like I guess I would have expected her to take a step back and be like, yo, you know what, you're right. You know, you're right. And if, like I said to her, if everything went away, if social media went away yesterday, like you still need us. We still have to be here, you know?
Do you support her for this?
Very much so, very much so. Like, you know, when we had moved from New York to Toronto, and within that, I always wanted her to take that time to say, okay, look, she left her job in New York for me to go pursue my dream in Toronto. And I said, look, take this time to do whatever you want to do. I don't care, whatever it is. You want to go work in a grocery store, you want to go take up acting, this is your time, you know? And I was very supportive. You know, if you look on the social media, I'm there. I pop up very frequently. You know, I want her to win.
Yeah.
You know, obviously she wins, we win. But again, it's just like, dang man, like just don't forget about us.
I wonder, do you think there's an addiction to social media?
Yes.
Because it's one thing to manage a business where you have business hours that you do things, but it's another thing when it just bleeds into every hour of your life, and you feel like it's bleeding into every hour of the life.
Every single day.
What do you think it is that's causing her to be distant?
She's honestly the most determined person I've ever met, but she also has a problem saying no. And it's like she will take on more and more. And I'm like, you don't always have to say yes, you know, especially when you're saying yes to things and compromising others.
Because she doesn't have a problem saying no to you.
No.
Well, listen, everyone, when we come back, we will meet Delisa and find out how she has been feeling in her marriage. Stick around.
I can't wait to see them.
Can you say hi, Daddy?
Hi, Daddy.
Say, I love you, Daddy.
Bravo, Daddy.
Say, I miss you, Daddy.
Miss you, Daddy.
Oh, I miss
Blow him a
you.
kiss now? Blow him a kissy.
It's so much bigger.
Yes, good job. No matter what, just know like we love you so much. And this is an experience that now we share together. I know that you can do it.
All right, before the break, we met Trevor, who is here to try and save his marriage with Delisa. Delisa is the winner of a social media-based competition show on a streaming network. We heard Trevor's side of the story, but now I think it's time to hear from Delisa. Friends, help me welcome Delisa to the show. I love you so much. I'm sorry, y'all. This is fandom for me. That was sweet, right?
This is fandom for me. I love you.
I love you. Get over here.
And, oh my gosh. You look beautiful. You look stunning.
Thank you.
And we just saw that sweet moment between you both, which from the show, watching it, we know the love you had. We saw the love you had for your children. But how do you feel about what you just heard?
As far as me being on my phone and me being into social media, that's my job. That's where I make my money. That's my bread and butter. And that's how essentially like I take care of the family. He had his moment where he took care of the family, you know? I mean, and he still does, you know?
Course,
like he still works and he still does his thing. But there was a time that I wasn't working and I wanted us to work. So I'm like, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna support you. We moved to Toronto and I had nothing. I had him.
So you made a big sacrifice then. What other sacrifices have you made in your marriage?
I mean, listen, when I did the show, I know it seems like it's just all for fun, but I was away a long time. All right, that was the first time y'all saw me crying. All right, that was the first time I left my baby. I don't want to cry right now.
I know.
That was hard for me, you know. And then it was a lot of pressure being on that show. It's a competition. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to do this for my family. I'm trying to do this for us.
I asked you about those sacrifices, and when I was watching you on the show, one of the things that I did connect with you as a father was your sacrifice for your husband and for your children. I could deeply see how much that was affecting you, being on there and being away from the kids.
Absolutely.
It was a moment in your life where you did something for your family, but you were also doing something for yourself. How did it feel to know you were doing something for you?
It felt good. It felt good. Because during that time period, it was very tough for us in Toronto. Well, it was very tough for me. I felt like I lost my independence. I gave up a lot, you know. I love him. And I would do it again in a heartbeat, okay? Don't get me wrong. But it was a lot for me. And now I'm at the point where I'm doing what I love. I'm able to make income, take care of our family, do all of that. And yes, it's a lot of work. It's a 24/7 job, all right? And it's not a 9 to 5, and I don't have that luxury, so to speak. And I feel like he needs to understand that, you know? Like, if I'm telling you I'm on my phone, I'm working. I'm not on my phone to just be like, oh my God, like, ah, ha, ha, ha. No, I'm on my phone responding to comments, and you okay?
God, I'm just letting you finish.
Okay.
Well, I saw the thing. Do you not think he supports your career?
I don't think he supports me. I mean, he does support it, but he doesn't. It's a thin line. It's I support you, I'll buy you what you need. You need a camera to get some new content. You need lighting to get good video. He'll do that. But then when I'm trying to work, it's like, can we do this? Or I gotta do that, or bring the babies around. And I'm like, I can't think. Like, I need time for my, like, a normal 9 to 5, you get that time to solely work. Right? I don't get that.
Yeah.
So I'm working around the clock. And I feel like that's what he needs to understand. When I need to work, like, please give me my time so then I can give you your time.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, you can.
But that's the thing. There is never a time. There's never a time. Like, every time I try to talk to you, have a conversation, like, I've literally got to ask you all the time for us to have a moment. And I'm like, why? Why do I have to be penciled in your schedule? I'm your husband. I should not have to ask that.
Coming up, do you think you prioritize your career over your relationship at this point in your life?
You are. You are,
No,
100%.
that's how you feel, but that's
Because
not.
that's what it is. How you feel is how you feel, but like, I'm living this every single day.
Then give me my 4 years. How about that?
You want, really though?
I'm just
really?
saying.
We're gonna be petty.
No,
That's
we're not
petty.
being petty.
That's petty.
You are the fire. Get off my stage.
They were both on a popular reality competition show.
My wife, from the minute we met, she's always been attached to her cell phone.
Yes.
You know, but I feel like since her season of the show came out, it's gotten a lot worse.
Social media, that's my job. When I need to work, like, please give me my time so then I can give you your time.
Do you think you prioritize your career over your relationship at this point in your life?
No, I don't. And I don't even think that should be even a question. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
But the only reason I asked that question because it sounds like to him that he feels like you're prioritizing one over the other. You know what I mean?
You are. You are.
No,
100%.
that's how you feel, but that's
Because
not.
that's what it is.
That's not what it is.
That's really what it
How
is.
you gonna tell me how I feel about it?
No,
That's
no,
not
no,
what it is.
I'm telling you what it is.
No,
How you feel is how you feel. But like I'm living this every single day. Like,
I see, and I'm living it every single day too.
Listen. It really, really, really boggles my mind that I've had to repeat myself so many times. Like, you're really just not, you're not listening.
He said
like,
he feels
at
alone.
all.
Trevor said he feels alone in the relationship. What do you think when you hear that?
I think about when we was in Toronto and I felt alone and he was traveling for work all the
Got
time.
it.
And we did that for 4 years. For 4 years.
Now.
And what do we do? A year and a half? This is a year and a half?
But at the end,
Then give me my 4 years. How about that?
You want really though?
I'm just
really?
saying.
We're gonna be petty.
No,
That's
we're
petty.
not being petty.
That's petty.
I'm
because
just
we
saying
were in
you
a
need to
very different,
understand
we
the
were
way
in a
I
very,
understood
very,
for you.
very different place. But within that 4 years, that time, again, I was able to take care of us. She was able to explore the things that she wanted to do, and within that time, I understand like we had our issues.
Yeah.
You know, me being away was a big one, and that's why I said when we move, I no longer want to compromise on family, because like I said before, if it all goes away, I gotta have my family.
But I want to go back because I do think it's important. But I want to go back because Delisha just said something that's really important.
Like, look.
No, it's a beautiful family. It's
Look
a
at my
beautiful
kid,
family.
look.
But I can't skip over something because I think something is very important here. Delisha just said when y'all were in Toronto, she felt alone. And she said for 4 years she felt alone. And when she just said that, you were like, it's being petty and wished it away. You didn't hear her. Why couldn't you hear when she just said that?
Thank you.
But I did hear her, because that's why we made the move.
So that sounds like 4 years of her saying, I feel alone. I don't feel like you're prioritizing me. And it sounds like it took to an ultimatum for you to understand. So.
And it wasn't even a full 4 years. Travel was a big part of it, but when I was home, I'd work early part of the day and then I'd be home. And then COVID hit. I was literally home, 9, 10 months straight with my family, which again, went into that decision. You know, so granted, I understand that was forced time at home.
Yeah.
You know, but it allowed me to put things in perspective. I think it allowed us to have more conversations about things, right?
So are you still working in fitness now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Do you support his career when he was on television, when he was away, in fitness now? Do you support it?
I support everything he does. Like, that's my husband. I love him. Whatever he wants to do, I
Were you upset when he
him.
was on the show?
Okay. Now, when he was on the show, I was not upset. Now, when it comes to filming can take a long time. There's this whole period beforehand. So he was gone a lot longer than I was, and at that time we had 2 under 2. That was stressful for me. Okay, stressful. When I was gone, it was just one. We only had 1. Okay.
How long were you gone for? So because in context.
About 2 months.
2 months when you're filming.
Yeah.
And when you had filmed yours, you were gone for
like
3
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was very difficult for me, and for the beginning portion of his when he was gone, he wasn't filming, right? It was a question of, babe, can you come back home? Okay, I was suffering from stress headaches.
Yeah.
I was. My milk supply was going low because I was like trying to breastfeed at the time, and it was really hard for me. It was really, really difficult, and I wanted him to come back, and and I get it. He wanted to have his opportunity, but at the same time, I'm like, I need help. I need help, and we don't know if this is even gonna work out.
And what was your response when she said, I need help, I want you to come back home?
You know, I thought about it quite a bit. I went into it, I was like, I need to do something for my family. And in that moment, I was like, but I know, like, she's the greatest mom I've ever seen. Like, I know she can handle it. And in my head, I'm like, I probably was not listening, right? And I was like, you're fine, you can handle it. Like, if you need some help, we'll get you some help. But I saw it as an opportunity to do something for my family, and like something that she did, you know, understanding that this could be something really great. And I was going back home to nothing coming in financially. This was a chance to make something happen for me. And for
How
us.
do you feel when he just says, I probably wasn't listening, instead of saying, I wasn't listening? Is that a reoccurring thing?
That he, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What you mean, really? Yes.
Okay. Listen, everybody, when we come back, I want to help both figure out how to choose love over likes. Stay tuned. Coming up.
For me, marriage is a one-shot deal. Like, I've always known that you're the person I want to be with. That you make a lot of time for your work. You make a ton of time for the girls. Like, we got to get back to us.
I'm sorry.
Do you think you prioritize your career over your relationship at this point in your life?
No, I don't. And I don't think I don't even think that should be even a question.
You are. You are.
No,
100%.
that's how you feel, but that's
Because
not.
that's what it is.
No,
How you feel is how you feel, but like I'm living this every single day.
Trevor said he feels alone in the relationship.
I think about when we was in Toronto and I felt alone and he was traveling for work all the
Got
time.
it.
And we did that for 4 years.
Trevor, what do you want to say to this before we go?
You know, babe, we've been at this a very long time. You know, and when I asked you to marry me, like for me, marriage it's a one-shot deal. Like, I've always known that you're the person I want to be with forever. You know, so I'd rather fix this than us go our separate ways. And I want you back. Like, I want my best friend back. I want to be able to like kick it on a random day. I want us. Thank you. I want us to prioritize us. And I know you're working hard. I see everything you do. You make a lot of time for your work. You make a ton of time for the girls. Like, we got to get back to us.
Delisa, what do you want to say?
I want to say that you're not going anywhere. So, I mean, I love you and you are my best friend also. And I don't mean to be so absorbed, but I do need you to understand that this is something that I always wanted to do. Like, I finally got to the point where, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Here you go, love.
I finally got to the point where I'm able to do something that I'm passionate about, that can make us money and we can live. And I just want you to understand that and support me the way that I feel like I've supported you, and I always will support you. And I know you support me, but I just want you to show it more. And I want you to understand, and let's figure it out. Let's do what we have to do, because like I said, you're not going anywhere. Okay?
I'm not.
Trevor,
I'm not.
Trevor, I have to tell you something, because watching this, I do see a lot of love in this relationship, but I do need you to understand one thing. By devaluing her work, you're devaluing her worth. And it's important in this moment that you understand that she has sacrificed for you a lot. And I just heard it over reoccurring. Her sacrifices you felt were like necessary and were great. But now she's saying to you, I need you to sacrifice. But you don't have the same patience. And would you agree with that?
Yes.
And I do hear when you say, like, but I'm doing things for the family. I'm doing things for us. And you're making these decisions because you want to do what's right. But she's also saying, I need you to listen to me and understand that this is what's going to make our family stronger. This is what we need right now, not the decision you're going to make. Because right now she's telling you, like, if you just say, I support you and just sit back, I actually think that things will get better quicker. Because I think you just got to reframe. She did it for years. She said that she's still been doing it. You got to just give her the chance now. She's telling you with all of her heart and soul, this is my moment to feel like I'm doing something for me. She supported you constantly over and over again. Right now, just be with her. And don't pressure her to give up what is she finds her worth in because you need time.
Yeah.
What I can see immediately, and I think we can all see this, you're not a bad man.
No.
Not a bad man at all. But unintentionally, you are pressuring her. When you say, like, I need this, she's trying to tell you right now that she's still trying to figure out how to manage this. This is why I talked about reality shows and these things. It's hard. No one's taught you how to manage this.
Not at all. It's so difficult.
You get comments. You get people saying, come to this opportunity. You trying to, like, keep the followers going. You trying to get people to see you.
No one's teaching you how to manage this while also managing 2 children, while also managing a husband. And so I think it's important to you to understand that she's doing the best she can, and I think you already know that. But the pressure of you saying, "Well, why not me?" You got to remove it, and instead replace that with, "It's all about you." Yeah. But,
Okay.
that's it. I'm telling you. You just do that. From now on, when you start feeling like she's not giving you enough time, turn to her and say, instead, "It's all about you." Let that be your conversation from right now. What would it feel like for you if he just turned to you all the time and said, "It's all about you"?
That would make me so happy. I feel like then I would probably make the time to get what I need done, and then I can probably turn it around on him. Like, now it's all about you.
Good. You hear that? Okay. Practice it right now. Tell her right now.
It's all about you, babe.
Hey! What? I ain't gonna even lie. Look at that. He's all right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. Come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I love you all.